All right, everybody. Monkeypuzzle here, and it's time for another episode on Scorched Earth, the Molten Iron Server. Here with Boring LP.
Hello.
What's up? And we're actually not being very boring at all right now. This is actually pretty fun. We're using an exploit. Oh, and we'll talk about my excess sunscreen on my face in a minute. But this is pretty cool. This is the thing that PvPers hate with Quetzals and platform saddles. If you put a harvesting dino, like we have this, his name's Holy Roller here. He's a little turned around right now. He fell off once like that. Oh, and now we get to see if
Did I lose you?
you lost me. Now we're going to see
Uh-oh.
if we can scoop me up. We were able to scoop me up before. Try doing it from behind so I'm actually the right direction this time. You can.
Okay.
But this guy has, where is it? He's got over 10,000 weight on him right now. So way more than he could ever carry and move. But the game lets you keep harvesting. So this is what we're doing to get a whole bunch of sand. Oh yeah.
Did I get you back?
You got me. You're good, so you can keep
All
going.
right. I'm going to take you home because I don't feel great about you being that close to the ground. You're probably going to get knocked off again.
Okay. Anyway, we got to show people. Oh, and he got another level.
This will actually work. Any dino that you have on a platform, the weight does not count to the dino that has the platform saddle on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the real bug besides that is that thing can keep gathering after it hits its max weight.
Right.
And you can do the same thing if you sit on a chair on a platform. You can pick stuff up off the ground or off of the platform, or if people drop stuff, and you can actually overload yourself in the same fashion.
So we're gonna have to put you in a chair with your chainsaw
Yeah,
and
yeah,
walk through the forest somewhere.
yeah, absolutely.
Right on. So this is what we're doing to get a whole bunch of sand for our building project here. So if you watched the last episode, I'd started this foundation here. It's in the shade right now, but whatever. As soon as we get me over there, I'm gonna jump off. And actually, I probably could jump off right now, huh?
Yep.
There he is. 11,000 or something in sand and stone.
Would
Being
you
carried over there.
move that weight bird out of the way, please, so I can just kind of pull him up to the mortaring puzzles?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
And let me wait till there's a little bit better light, and then I'll talk to you about what we're gonna build.
Look at that front door service. Doesn't get any better than that.
Excellent. So now we can just offload all this sand right into these mortars and pestles. We could probably do the same with the Procoptodon, but it's pretty easy to get a bunch of sap. You get more sap than sand. Doesn't weigh nearly as much.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot of sand.
Let's just look at it. Ooh, yeah, it takes a while to scroll down the whole thing. All right.
Beautiful.
It's in the game, so it's not cheating. And we're not competing with anybody else either, so don't have to worry about it as a PvP exploit. And even in PvP, I mean, what the heck? Why not? If everybody can do it,
Right.
it's still even territory. As long as you got a friend, you gotta just have a tribe of two to pull this off. I mean, you
Right.
could even jump off the paracer each time and do it if you really needed to, but wouldn't
That would
be.
be kind of tedious.
You'd lose the efficiency pretty quick that way.
Yeah.
All right, well, it's half lit up now, and you can see the foundation that I built last time. I lost a lot of footage in the last one, so spared you guys a lot of my headaches that it took to get this designed and placed, but here it is. Big kind of oblong octagon with a center courtyard. You can bring the dinos in. Going to be a dino gate right here. So this is going to be our main base. This is it. This is the big base. We may have little satellite ones for other purposes here and there, but this is like, you know, last main giant building project that I have in mind, at least so far here on Molten Iron Server. And then this is a part of a complex over here with Boring LP down there. He built this really cool Castlicious aviary. And this is going to get mirrored over here. You can fly your birds down the hatch. It's pretty cool. It's got a couple levels. It's got some air conditioners in there for breeding. And then, of course, down here, this was our stage 1 base, a big dino pen and the builders' quarters. Builders being us. And we brought our caravan out here from the group base over there at the obelisk, where we also have our vacation apartment over there in the oasis. So today we're going to build up from this foundation, and I have a plan. So this is basically a sketch of it in thatch and wood. And it sounds like we got a sandstorm coming, so I better talk quick.
Another one?
Yeah, I think that's the sandstorm.
Every time you hit that button, dude.
That's my power. Is hit record, bring sandstorm. So every time we want a sandstorm, I'll just record. Anyway,
Never.
This is the cross section of what the majority of the building is going to be like. So you got a pillar. Oops, get out of my way, bird. Pillar on each side. It's going to hold it up. I found I had to box in the corner pieces to the sloped walls for them to stay. When I tried to delete them here, the whole thing falls down. So we'll just have that over the pillars, sloped ceilings coming down to the courtyard, and then a 3 wide flat space up there that we'll be able to make into a big usable space as well. And then most dinos, not all, not the paracer, probably not the Rex, but most of the other utility dinos will be able to walk straight into here. And we'll have all our stuff here. We'll get all the manufacturing facilities. So we'll have our industrial forge and our chemistry bench and our cooking pots, and everything's going to go in here. And so this cross section is just going to wrap around all the way around except for 3 places. So over here, on the entrance, each side of this is going to be a tower of sorts. And that's where we'll get our housing bonus, because we probably won't get in here since we're leaving it open to the center. So 2 enclosed tower-like things right in the opening. And then over here in the center back, right here, this also will be enclosed. Maybe we'll put our cooker in here so we can make stuff during the sandstorm. Got to have something to do inside during the sandstorm. So that'll be back here. So we have like 3 towers, and then the rest of it will be this wraparound thing with courtyard. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it. So that's a lot of stuff to do. It's one of the reasons why we set up the guy on the platform here so we could harvest more quickly. So we're going to do a bunch of grinding, bunch of part making, and I'll probably bring you back in a day or 2 after we've done next week. When we've got the basics of it built, unless I think of something interesting along the way, it's going to be way too much to do a little speedy up bit on, and those things are a lot of work to edit as well. So we're just going to put the work into building it, and right on cue, here comes the sandstorm. So we're going to keep working, and we'll see you probably at the end, like I said, unless we get to something interesting. Bye-bye.
More interesting than a sandstorm?
Well, we had some hairy adventures with rock elementals twice, and of course I was too busy saving the overloaded Dodie to worry about recording for you all. But we're coming back with a bloody Dodie, me in my underwear. But just wanted to show you that we're coming back this time with 13,499 in weight, all sand. And we did find out that they do max out at 15,000. So there is a limit to it. So sand weighs half, So that's twice that in sand. So that's 27,000 sand right there, pretty much. Anyway, we're going to go put it to use right now. I logged on the next day to keep working on it and discovered first that Aaron had overloaded with me with thatch and other junk, and I could not move. After I got myself unencumbered, I found another surprise that Aaron, Boring LP, had ground out a whole bunch of parts and got them all placed. So had gotten the basic outside shell all put together, which was just awesome. So from there, I worked on placing the pillars and the supports for the slope roofs above them. It was a little tricky. There was some finesse in the up and down placement of the pillars, so it was hard to get them on exactly the same level, and also a little tricky where the pairs overlapped. And as far as placing the actual sloped roofs, the thing I can share is that they worked well going in a clockwise direction. So when they overlapped, it kept them from conflicting and obstructing each other. However, if you did it the other way, you would have nothing but obstruction. Alright everybody, it's a couple days later and we got those overhangs done. So this is what that cross section that I showed you out of thatch looks like when you extend it all the way around out of Adobe. So we're doing 3 sections on each side like that, and again these 2 parts and this part back here in the middle of the back are going to be different. So I'm in the process of designing what that's going to look like. Basically, we want a couple places where we can still get the house bonus. So if there's a sandstorm, we can move around and have stamina and stuff. And these are also going to be towers to give us a view and to add a little interesting height and depth to the building. So working on it, and we'll see what it looks like. In the meantime, Aaron has been super industrious, Boring LP here, and he's been making some of the gear we're going to need, some of the tech. So he has made a chem bench that he's going to set down, and that's going to help us with clay, which we've still been doing over here with the mortars and pestles. And we're still doing the thing where we've been collecting the sand with the Dodie on the paracer platform, which has been super helpful. One little thing I'll share with you I've learned is, you know, when this guy's super overloaded, of course you can't ride it and move it around, but you can reposition it with the whip, which is really helpful. So this guy has probably like 10,000 weight worth of sand on him, but I can still move him around to right where I need him. So that's a handy tip.
So I made the chem bench, and we're going to put it somewhere over here. Where's the middle of this, did you say? Is it this one?
It's the 5th window from either side, yeah. That one.
Okay, got to do my math. So this is the first chem bench I've actually ever made.
Yeah, I made one once in vanilla, just for making cementing paste with all the chitin I'd built up.
Right. Yeah, that's basically... it's going to come in really handy for that. So I think that looks about right-ish. If not, it's too late. And now I'm not breaking it. Too expensive. So
do you want my critique on the placement?
No.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it. It's pretty straight.
No, it's fine.
I mean, the thing is asymmetrical as it is. So,
it is.
You know, what do you want from me?
I want a chem bench.
There it is.
Thank you.
I've actually got enough metal to make an industrial forge already, but we don't have the polymer or the cementing paste. So this is gonna help with that.
Absolutely.
So what are we gonna put the generator in the corner over here?
Yeah, I think so.
So you don't have to hear it?
Well, we'll hear it still. We're only gonna run it when we're actually running this thing.
Right. Only if the windmill doesn't have wind.
Right.
Sorry, wind turbine. wind turbine.
And that's going to go right above on the roof here, but we're only at 65% wind here.
Yeah.
I think having it here will be cool because we'll still be able to hear it, so that will remind us to turn it off. And we won't have to like climb a giant tower to turn it on and then do it again to turn it back off.
Okay, there's that. And I'm wondering if it'll let me snap a vertical below it. I'm going to have to go down there. A neat trick I found is if you have a doorway above a window, if you crouch, if I hit the right key, you can actually get through it.
As long as you don't fall off the edge.
I didn't fall off the edge that time.
Woo! Yeah, so we've got this great basement down here for stringing all our wiring and everything.
I can't tell if this is actually snapping. I think it's snapping to the generator. It looks like it did.
Do you have any gas?
Yeah, I do. I have it on me.
If we turn the generator on, we'll know for sure. You want to toss it to me? I'll go turn it on.
I don't think it'll let me snap this horizontal because it's in the ground.
Right.
It's going to have to be ugly. Sorry.
No.
Unless you think you can make it snap, but it doesn't.
Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
I can't see. Maybe if I K-mode it, I can see through the ground. No, it won't let me do that. So what do you think?
Well, we don't really have much of a choice, do we? I guess we're going to have to put the outlet just at floor level.
Yeah, we can try that. And luckily I can see this cable through the floor since it's ceilings.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really have to waste any there. So there's our outlet. How about that? Does that work for you?
Ugly. But it's all right.
I can go one more if you want.
I think you should, actually.
Oh, fine. I'll have to make another outlet to go for the windmill. It still goes all the way to the top.
I know. It's powering the cabinets. It's really weird. I mean, really, in this thing, there's nothing to power. But what the heck? I guess you have to restart your client, too, before this thing goes away.
All right. Well, the power does work.
Excellent. And we have to put gas in it, too, right?
Yeah. So I'm going to go make another outlet, and we'll do the windmill. And then we get to grind, and then maybe we can put down a forge or something shortly.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So that's going to help a lot, and a lot easier than putting stuff in all these mortars and pestles. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on designing some of these other spaces. So we'll see you then. Cool.
So we'll see if I could snap a vertical cable through the ceiling on the bottom of that.
All right, everybody. So you saw that go down, and we figured out the wind turbine. Apparently, it only works between... Well, it doesn't work between 8 in the morning and 6 p.m. game time. But the rest of the time it's on. It's on right now because we're after 6 o'clock in game. We put these two vaults down. Have storage next to it. It's pretty ridiculous. About as ridiculous as BLP up there on the new Tapahara he just got with him and Arali just went out and got that one. I think it started as like a level 95 or something like that. So pretty cool. 96. That's right. There is no 95. So we got a Tapahara in the house. That's very cool. And I just wanted to demonstrate this chemistry bench. I'm sure a lot of you have used these before, so it's probably silly of me to show you this, but it's new to me, so might be useful to somebody. This gives us a tremendous bonus on these materials. You see, if I put one cactus sap in here, I can now make, oh wait, the recipe's bigger. So it's 4 times the usual recipe, right? It's usually 1 cactus sap for 2 sand. So let's give it 4 of these. Oh wait, how much? I didn't mean to put all that in there. There we go. Let's give it 4. And there we go. Oh, Aaron put it in. Okay, so let's go ahead and gotta turn it on. Got some gas in there. Oh, and I guess it automatically made it. No? Oh, one of them spoiled. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's craft that. Let's see how much clay we get. We get 12 clay. So normally we would have gotten 8 from that much material. So it's actually plus 50% in the amount of stuff you get. Let's put 1 spoiled meat in there and try to make a narcotic and see what we get from that. Oh, okay, again, I gotta do 4 times the recipe. Alright, so that would give us 4 narcotics. And we get 6. So it seems like it's pretty consistent in the plus 50%. Let's see how much it wants to make cementing paste. We'll do this last one, and then it'll probably prove the point. So let's get 32 stone. Aaron's about to make a whole bunch of cementing paste right now. So let's go ahead and drop in. Let me see. We want 32 of this. And then we'll just throw a stack of chitin in. And let's see what we get. Now actually, I don't know how much this would make normally. The proportions for cementing paste are so weird. So I don't know if I'll prove anything. But we got 6 out of that. So probably with the same rule, we would have gotten 4 with that amount in the mortar and pestle. And we got 50% more. So I'm pretty sure that would be the case with the rest of the stuff we do here. So that's a tremendous bonus now. And it's way faster too. If we throw a bunch of sap in here, let me just grab some sap real quick. I know I could sort for it, but I'm just grabbing some of it. I'm gonna throw it in here just to show you guys how fast the it is here. So let's do that. Look at that. That's awesome. So we're rolling even more now with our production of not just clay, but everything else. If you don't feel a little claustrophobic between these 2 vaults. Anyway, I'm going to get back to building. I'll probably get most of the building done before I come back to you. Like I said, I'm working on this and those 2 over there. So I'll see you towards the end of that. Well, this is as far as I got, I think, for this episode without it getting too long. But I got the basic design done for the towers. Let's take a look over here from the outside. What's missing right now is the railings on the deck that's going to go around. I think it may go around all the way. But let me go land over here, and I'll take you on a walkthrough through it. And then just know that these 2 smaller towers are going to have the same layering, I believe, as this one. So we got a bunch of different levels to it. Still not getting a huge house bonus in it. I've got my HUD turned off right now, but we're going to need to fill a lot of these doors and windows, I think, with actual doors and windows for it to really work. But this is the main floor as you come in, and use these little divots that got created by the shape as a placement for the spiral staircases, which are very cool. They're a little bit awkward to use. Don't get stuck in those corners. You'll fall through. But we've got another level up here. The pillars come through on this one, but it's not too bad. Aaron was thinking of making a tavern out of this one. And then we come up to this layer. This is probably my favorite layer because it has the cloistered walkways that I've been wanting to get to. We did that kind of down there, but it's more warehousey for the dinos and the utility stuff to come in. But yeah, you can come out here and walk along in the shade and then come into the main part of the building here. This area actually has the best housing bonus, probably because it's 2 layers to get outside, which is kind of what the purpose of those cloistered walkways are IRL. And so yet another layer of the tower. So we have already succeeded in having more layers and more spaces than we're ever going to fully inhabit. But that's cool. That's the story of any good mansion. And then we have this patio roof up on top that's got an excellent view of all the map around us. And we are right in the center of the map again. So pretty good central location for going out in any direction and getting stuff done. And you can see over there that Aaron Boring LP, he has finished mirroring that birdhouse I showed you last time. Got the 2 layers with the hatches on top and the dino gates in front. So plenty of spaces now for us to park our butterflies and our, I guess they're actually moths, desert moths, and our tapaharas and argentavises. So that's very cool. So next episode, I will have finished putting those 2 towers in. I would finish them now, but the amount of time it would take me, there would be another day before this episode comes out. So we're not quite done, and we're also going to be putting more utility stuff in, like Aaron's almost got the stuff together to make an industrial forge. So there you have it. Another episode building on Scorched Earth. Our main base is really coming together, and it's going to be the HQ from which many other adventures are going to happen. So it takes me a while to do these episodes because there's a lot of work to make them happen. So I can't make these episodes happen too often, but there's a lot of quality, hopefully, over the quantity. So I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching until the very end. This has been Monkeypuzzle, and I hope you like our new base. We'll do a little showcase of the whole thing when it's done. Bye-bye.